Okay, Christina here to listen to some music. It means a lot for me to say those words because this is the first official music reaction on my new music reaction channel, Okay, Christina Listens. Some of you might already know me from my other reaction channel, Okay, Christina, where I react to movies and TV. But I am a professional, classically trained musician. I love to talk about music, and a lot of you noticed that and let me know, hey, why don't you talk about the music some more? So I started up the new channel, didn't even have any reactions officially on it, but a lot of you have faith in me. You have subscribed, you have become patrons on Patreon, and you have helped me decide what I should react to. So here we are. And today's music selection is Hurt by 9 Inch Nails. How have I not listened to this song? And it's really weird for me because I'm actually a 9 Inch Nails fan. In following this music reaction channel and joining me on this musical journey here, you will notice that I'm one of those that gets really dedicated and obsessed to like one album or one song from an artist. I tend to not listen to other things by that group. I almost feel like I'm being disloyal to the album or the song that I like. Or maybe I'm just afraid that maybe they're going to change too much in the next album and I'm not going to like it and it's going to kind of detract from my opinion of the group. I don't know. So this is one of those. Apparently Hurt is from the album that was released around 1994 or 1995. And that is an album that I don't know. I know one song from that album, and that is the song Closer. And it was on the radio all the time back then. And yes, I've seen the video. If you know, you know. But I didn't go out and purchase that album. I don't know the rest of that album. The album that I do know is the one that came before this. I can't remember the name of it, but one of the songs on it is Head Like a Hole. I loved that song. Terrible Lies. Terrible Lies. I just remember that one. I can't remember the rest of the songs, but good album. Love 9 Inch Nails. Trent Reznor. I love the electric metal kind of grungy style. Almost 80s. Like heading over into Depeche Mode, but still kind of metal and grungy. I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay, so I'm going to give this song a try. Finally. And it is thanks to you and this channel, which is why I started this channel. So this is very satisfying. How the song actually came up was because the cover by Johnny Cash was suggested. And I was like, if I'm going to do a cover, I should probably get to know the original. And apparently, one of my favorite classical, almost a crossover, contemporary composers of choral music, Eric Whitacre, also did a cover for, I think, a cappella choir. So I have a couple of good reasons here to finally be listening to this song. Okay, let's listen. Okay, here goes nothing. It's very staticky. It's kind of like in one ear. Is it supposed to be that way? There's something wrong with my headphones. Oh.
I hurt myself today to see if I still feel. I focus on the pain.
Okay, focusing on the pain. I hear ya. It's cutting in and out. Why is it doing that? Needle tears a hole. That's appropriate for 9 Inch Nails. It's gonna make my eyes water. Okay, that's a little more clear. Okay. So this is interesting. Boy, he's kind of a dirty little trickster, isn't he? So the sound is just completely messed up and staticky and cutting in and out. Like it made me adjust my headphones thinking that there was something wrong. But I think he was doing this on purpose. So let's back it up just a little bit, right around the time when the background music changes a little bit and we're sort of past that intro, which was very soulful. That was a very, very heavy intro, but the music behind it was actually quite simple. Let's see when that changes, though, from the simplicity to a little more in the background. So he's remembering something, remembering everything. So he's maybe suppressing memories? Okay. It's still very simplistic. Just chords. It's an interesting chord progression. Okay, so far I keep saying the word simplistic. This song seems to be very simplistic in instrumentation. And then he plays his dirty trick with the static and the cutting in and out and talking about maybe it's like the rawness of pain and some kind of memory that he's trying to escape. But he still remembers everything. So this is interesting. And when we shift into that little chord progression that just started, it almost seems more positive, a little more glasses half full. But again, maybe that's another trick. Maybe it represents someone trying to stay positive in a time of great pain. And I thought I heard some sort of bagpipe sort of drone in the background. But it's interesting. It seems almost medieval, almost. And that chord progression is kind of repetitive. And let's back up just a little bit. Hear some of that chord progression. Yeah, you can hear like it's like a sack butt in the background, like an old bagpipe. Oh, now do we have sleigh bells? Is it a Christmas song? He has some sweet friends. Oh, so he's lonely. Oh. Okay, now we're building. So he's lonely. Everybody goes away in the end. All right, and so we're getting into some excitement here. This is the Trent Reznor that I know. I hear the heavy drum and the excitement is building. So let's continue and see where it goes. Love it. Ooh. Oh, okay, now we're back to the intro again. And so he's saying he will make you hurt. Okay. So are his friends leaving because of him? Or maybe he's just kind of paranoid about it. I think we've all had that moment where you don't get along with someone maybe, and it's like, oh, is it something we did? Or maybe we just don't mesh or whatever. So maybe that's what this is. I have to admit that the lyrics are not always the first thing that I pay attention to. It's usually just the music. So I'm really having to force myself to listen to the words. But it's playing well into this song, so I think the effort is being well spent. Okay, so we've returned back to the original intro. Let's continue. Ooh. My eyes are gonna go crossed. Okay, crown. I thought he was gonna say shame. That's a different kind of crown. Broken thoughts. Okay. Oh. Okay, so broken thoughts. So maybe he's battling with something within. Could it even be a description of paranoia or schizophrenia? I don't know. Okay, but I'm hoping it kind of goes out of the static part because, again, it's almost giving me a headache, but it's worth it. I'm not going to complain. Here we go. That's a new sound in the background. This sort of pulsating buzz. Okay, now the return of the chord progression. It just seems happy to me. It just seems kind of happy. Okay, the words are not so happy, but... Woo! Ooh! Ooh, it's bendy. Okay, so this time the building is a little different, which is good because we don't want too much repetition here. But the bending of the pitches there is very interesting. And you could have it all, huh? Who's he talking to? Himself? I like the piano in the background too. Very simple, just like one line. Yeah, he's insecure about himself. Ooh. I love this. I love this. Okay, so the percussion is really digging in, and then the simplicity of the piano line in the background. I almost didn't notice it at first because it was just sneaking in there so cleverly. And just then, you hear just bum, just one little tiny piano note in the background. I love it. And this percussion, that's what Nine Inch Nails is known for, I think, is having all of the interesting sounds. And they are kind of on a loop, but they're still so engaging that you don't care how much you hear it because you want to hear it more. All right, I got to back this up so I can hear that this last transition again. That was so cool. Yeah, there's that one piano note. And it kind of comes back. So you sort of have these hairpins of crescendo, decrescendo. Whoa! Okay. Whoa! Wow. Where do we go from here? Ouch. Hurt. It hurts. Okay, I gotta turn down just a little bit. Okay. Okay. Woo. Okay. What just happened there at the end? Okay, I turned it down just a little bit so I don't blast my eardrums out. Okay, we gotta go back and catch that again, because what in the world happened? I thought it was almost calming down. Okay, and there's that percussion again. It's almost like it's almost tribal. Okay. That distorted guitar? That's awesome. But where's he going? Distortion. Whew. Okay, and how long does this go? I can hear the loops. There's almost like a melody within the loops in the distortion. Almost like a cell phone or something. There wouldn't have been cell phones back then, so... Okay, how long is this chord going to be held? What is he doing? What is the form of this piece? We still have almost a minute left in this song. Okay. Well, let's see where it's going. Are we just sort of quietly running down? It's like a wind-up toy. Like slowly spinning slower and slower. Oh, now we're back to the static. Okay. Let's dig in. Okay. So that was Hurt by Nine Inch Nails, and it is nothing less than I expected. Is it my favorite song by Nine Inch Nails? Not at the moment. But I so admire what he did with the form of it, and the static, and the cutting in and out, and maybe you have to really hear it on headphones in order to really catch that. But wow, what a trick. So his song Closer from this same album, and I'm seeing the name of the album is The Downward Spiral. And so I don't know if the whole album tells a story in which the whole thing kind of spins downward or winds down. I don't know where Hurt falls in that order. I would think that it's pretty far down, though, in this downward spiral. Like he's really coming unraveled. But with Closer, it's more carnal, whereas this is more psychological, as in he's battling with himself. In the end, I think that's maybe what he's talking about. Maybe he's talking to himself and how he hurts himself or to every person he's ever hurt. I mean, nobody's perfect, right? So maybe he's speaking to that. Okay, but the form of the piece with the intro and then the guitar and then like the guitar with the chords, then the intro and the guitar and then boom, out of nowhere. What in the world? That was like a jump scare. I may have even jumped a little bit. Wow. And so musically, he's really playing with the listener. And also at the same time describing something that is very, very life-changing within him. Maybe it's a big wake-up call, but there's definitely a moment of change, an aha moment. Something. For the better or the worse, I don't know. His use of the little tinkery sounds in the background, that's what I have learned to expect from Trent Reznor's writing. There's a lot of that in the previous album that I know and love so much. Like Head Like a Hole has a like tick, 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 tick kind of stuff. And this almost has that as well. But it was sort of bendier, more psychedelic, a little more mature even. And then the big surprise at the end. Wow. and then slowly winding back down, back through the static. And you hear the loops, sort of like a sound machine or a noise machine that you can buy, and it has the different sounds to sleep to, or to relax to. And sometimes if you hear one, you can, if you listen to it long enough, you can sort of hear the loop. And that is what I started to hear in the background towards the end, is the loop that was playing for the static even had its own little tiny melody. And I was just picturing a wind-up toy that was like slowly winding down. And the name of the album is The Downward Spiral, so that makes total sense. Okay. So this was not a disappointment in any way. And I think I can see why people are wanting to cover it. So I am extremely interested to see how these other artists have covered this song. This should be quite a ride. More surprises, we'll see. All right, thanks for joining me in this first reaction for this channel. We did it. We made it through. And this one was quite the experience. So for those of you who suggested it and voted for it and, gave your support, thank you. Don't forget to do all the things. Like and subscribe to the channel. You can see me over on Patreon as well. I've got tiers set up over there where you can pick the one that fits best for you, including being a free member if you like. You can get behind the scenes, vote and polls on what I react to, and there are some top tiers over there where you can request one song each month, actually, directly, that I will listen to. But in general, it's just a fun community. You get to talk about music, make more suggestions if you want. It's just fun. So I hope to see you there. I hope to see you on the channel on YouTube. This is going to be a lot of fun. Okay, and as I always say, especially with this song, you don't have to be perfect. Just be okay.